Scary Stories, Number 3, The Rocking Horse. When I was 10 years old, on a hot summer night, I was fast asleep in my bed, when I was suddenly awoken by a scratching noise. My eyes were blurry as I was struggling to focus on the rocking horse in my room. It looked as if someone was riding on it, but there was nobody there. I bolted out of my bed and made a beeline for the door, but it was locked. Meanwhile, the rocking horse was gliding its way towards me and I couldn't scream. I couldn't open the door and I couldn't yell out to my parents who were down the hall. For some reason, my voice wasn't coming out. The wooden horse was rocking closer and closer towards me. I banged on the door as hard as I could. Then suddenly, the door opened and it was my mother. I was never so happy to see her. As I explained what happened, she told me the horse was in its place at the far right corner of my room. Number 2. The Wicked Woman. When I was growing up, there was this old woman living in the woods on the outskirts of my hometown. Folks told tall tales about her, how she was probably a witch, and my parents warned us not to go near. On an early fall evening, my older brother and I decided to ride our bikes to the end of town, where the old woman was living just off the edge of the woods we called Elmwood Grove. It was getting dark and spooky. Far in the distance, we saw the tiny house. A flickering candle was lit in the small front window. My brother decided to be brave and started to walk towards the old woman's house. I tried to stop him, but he wasn't listening. I heard a creaky door slowly open, and my brother stopped dead in his tracks. He was seeing something inside the tiny house, but he was moving forward as if in a trance. I yelled at him to stop, but he was going inside the old woman's house. Then the door closed. I didn't know what to do. Suddenly I heard a loud commotion coming from inside the house. I was scared. What was going on? A loud metal sound occurred and the door flew open. Michael was running out of the house. He had blood dripping from his hand. A couple of his fingers were cut off. "Run!" he yelled. And we took off on our bikes, never looking back. Number 1. The Stairs. In the 1970s, I moved into an old house with my mom, dad, and my younger sister Julie. The house was creepy. We heard weird noises and creaky doors throughout the house at night. One night, I awoke to the strangest noise coming from downstairs. I slowly went down the stairs, and heard some movement below my feet. It sounded like the growling of an animal, then a loud thud. I noticed a small door opening underneath the staircase that I did not see before. There came out two small humanoid creatures. I was shocked. They stopped and turned to look my way. I ran up to my room as fast as I could, and closed the door. They knocked on my door. I was scared. The doorknob turned. The door slightly opened. I saw a hand come out from behind the door. I closed my eyes, then heard demonic laughter fill the room. Next thing I remember is I woke in the hospital. I don't know what happened, but I never stepped foot in that house again.